today I don't have work until 12 and it is now, covered the clock, I don't even know what time it is. It is 10:54 right now, so I have to go to work in like 30 minutes. But I made myself some coffee and I realized that I have not said or Splenda things in a while. And so I literally have all these set up. So these, if it might seem dumb to you, but for quarantine, it just seemed like a fun thing to do, to have like some affirmations or something that keeps you positive throughout the day. And I just wanted to share that. And I also want to share about my hair in a second, but I'll get to that soon. But it says make it splendalicious on this one. This one says schedule time for yourself today. Be the energy you want to attract. I feel like we've gotten that one before. This one says blank your best smile. Best way to get there is to start. We've had that one before. A little packet of sunshine. Oh, we have two more of this. Blank your own sunshine. I don't know, that looks like AR. Or you are your best smile. I don't know, something like that. And then schedule time for yourself today. And this one says, let's do this. So yep, that's the ones that I haven't read in a while. And I keep trying to throw stuff away in this trash, and our trash is overfilled. But I wanted to talk about my hair. I feel like I ruined it with the Paul Mitchell product, because the Paul Mitchell product made it really, I don't know how to explain it, stiff and crunchy. Now it's a little bit softer. It doesn't have a crunchy, like it doesn't sound too crunchy or anything like that. I feel like it sounds a little dry because I put that product in, but I feel like the Shea Moisture definitely bounced my hair back up. So I love it. I feel like this was the best product that I've used so far for my curls. I think next time I'm going to use strictly just the Shea Moisture, because I don't know, it was better on my curls than any other product. So I feel like it wouldn't be as defined if I used Shea Moisture only, but I feel like I just started using it, so I should give it a chance before I start judging it, because technically this is not all Shea Moisture. I feel like it's a little frizzy because I put a product in there that was like a hold, and when you use a product that's going to be a hold factor or be kind of sticky on your hair, it's going to make your hair frizzy. So I feel like if I just used Shea Moisture, it would have been fine. And I think I also want to get the Shea Moisture mousse for my hair. There's a cop on our street. Like, there's a cop on our property. Like, he's just sitting there. I feel like that's illegal, especially being on private property. Like, this is our whatever. But I guess, he's over there taking the speed of cars passing by, because there's a lot of people that speed on our road. But he doesn't come up to our house and cause any problems, I'm fine. But I don't know, this angle, my hair looks really good. It looks defined and stuff. I think if I just use a little bit more Shea Moisture, these little ends would be fine. So whenever I need to refresh it, I just get a water bottle and spray it, and scrunch it and it comes back to normal. But my curls are like extra curly. I've never, hold on. Yeah. I've never had my hair this curly. I was getting a little discouraged. I'm like, maybe my hair just doesn't curl. Maybe it's more waves. Nope. Those are definitely curls. And they're really nice and healthy curls too. So I absolutely am in love with my hair. So I just need to get used to the Shea Moisture a little bit more. So yep. I'm gonna have my coffee and then go to work.
You fat puppies. You fat puppies. Fat, 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 fat.
All right. If you do not want to hear dogs chomping and chomping and chomping and chomping on food, you probably want to skip the next few minutes. But if you want to hear about some good vegan food, or hopefully a good vegan food, and some new stuff that I got, stay tuned. Because I just went to my grandma's house and she got me this. It's like a little fountain. I'm gonna put it in the bathroom in there, like the guest bathroom. And my grandmother also gave me this. It's a bread holder, and we have a whole bunch of bread that I want to put this in. I also got a bunch of spices. I got like chili powder and red pepper. So I use a lot of chili powder. And then I have some little things like this rooster. I have a whole bunch of them. So like, I'm just gonna put it in my kitchen as decorations, because since we got this rooster thing going on, we're gonna stay with it for as long as we can or want to. But I wanted to try something new. Josh is wanting to do enchiladas tonight, so I had to go and get some cheese for him. But I might use some cheese, but the recipe that I'm gonna make is gonna be vegan, and then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cheese on it just because I want a little bit of cheese, just a little bit. I got some Mrs. Meyer's. I've been using this one kind of came with the house. It's a honeysuckle scent. That's what they left here. So I went and got the rose scent, and these are like really good. They're made with natural ingredients, and I'm not allergic to this soap. So I can actually wash my hands with the soap all that I want, but this soap is not opening. Hopefully I did not get a bad one. If anything, I'll just change the top with the other one. I don't know how that happened. It says open, but it's not. It's not opening. I might have to get Josh to help me with it. There it goes. It just popped open. But it smells really good. It kind of smells like a grandma though. It smells too rosy. Yeah. Oh well. But it helps with my hands, and it's made out of natural ingredients. But got the Mrs. Meyer's rose scent one. It's a hand wash. And then I got enchilada sauce and the tomato sauce to make enchiladas for Josh. And then, oh, I already said that. I got some almond flour, and I'm going to try to test out a little bit of sample of what I'm going to try to do. And I got some active dry yeast. I looked up and tried to see what traditional yeast was, because I was, you know, traditional yeast, a lot of vegans cook with that. And I don't know if it's actual traditional yeast or if it's just called traditional yeast and they flavor it with it or whatever. But I got some active dry yeast because it said, I looked up, is traditional yeast and active dry yeast the same? And it said yes. So hopefully that's correct. But we're about to test it out and put it to the test. So I don't need a whole lot of it. So I got the little packs. So I'm probably gonna just put a little bit with some this and make a roux. And a roux, if y'all don't know what that is, in Louisiana, it's a gravy, but we call it a roux. You take flour, so I'm gonna take almond flour, and you take like a little bit of milk, so I'm gonna use almond milk, and then you take, well, you don't do yeast, but yeast is for the taste of it, and it's supposed to be like a vegan cheese instead of using like cashew and stuff. You can also use the same stuff doing Alfredo. I think you take like a vegan half and half, or you take vegan, yeah, it's vegan half and half. It's like an almond milk, but it's really thick, and you mix it up and put traditional yeast with it, and it flavors it, and it tastes just like Alfredo. So hopefully this doesn't taste like Alfredo, but let's see. I'm gonna try mixing it up, and once I get the right consistency and taste, I'll let y'all know what I used. This stuff tastes so good. Like, instead of buying the vegan queso or the dairy-free queso at Brookshire's, I'm gonna make my own, because this is about the same that you would get at Brookshire's for like $6, and it only cost me, well, the almond flour cost me like $10, but I only used like 4 tablespoons of it, and it made this much. So 4 tablespoons, and you get a bag this big, it's worth it. So yeah, good purchase, except this almond flour came out a little bit too thick, but I might use it for gluten-free cookies. This says it's paleo friendly. It's really good. So it came out really thick, so I had to put some flour into this mix to make it creamier. But if you're used to the consistency of almond flour, and you know that, you know, grittiness is not going to affect you, but to make it creamy, I would use regular flour, or if you have a really good thin almond flour, let me know what brand you got, because I want to know. But this looks just like queso, same consistency to me as queso. I wish I had some bell peppers to put in this. But it's so good. The cup is out on my front lawn again. It's just weird because he's just sitting out there. There he is again. Just sitting there. I think he's watching the speed, or people's speed limit. The fly like was on me. But I need to stop eating this because I'm actually using this for dinner tonight. I'm gonna switch over to my guacamole. I'm gonna put this in the freezer, or the fridge. But all I did was 1 part almond milk, 1 part flour, and then I put 3 tablespoons of butter in it, but to make it totally vegan, vegan-free butter, or vegan butter, and I would say I use like 3/4, like 1-to-1 parts, equal parts of the almond flour and milk, because when I started adding more flour, I added a little bit more milk. So I kept doing that. I used like 5 tablespoons of yeast because it said 5 tablespoons in the recipe, and it said you can add more for taste. So I was like, if you can add more for taste, like, we're gonna add more. So I added like a lot of yeast to it to make it like a nice cheesy taste, but yeast has like a weird, it has to set in for a few minutes, because like the first few times I would I would get a taste of it, and it would just, it's like warm in my mouth, and it was weird. And so I waited a little bit and kept stirring, and then now it has like a nice consistent taste throughout it. I also add cumin, chili pepper, and garlic to it, and I added celery salt because it said salt, but I like using celery salt because it adds like a little green celery taste to it. So, and that's all I did. I just mixed it up, and I just kept playing around with it to my liking, and it tastes awesome. And I'm using it to make quesadilla or enchiladas today. So Josh is gonna have his regular enchiladas. I'm gonna make some bean enchiladas. So they're gonna have beans in the middle, and then the flour tortilla, and then with the cheese sauce on top. Or not flour tortilla, corn tortilla. But now for lunch, I'm gonna have some guacamole. So far, I've been liking this little diet change because I don't need a lot, or like, I eat a lot, but I snack a lot, and it's more snacking than eating. And here lately, like, first off, I already feel full from that queso because I ate like one serving of it, so it was probably like 2 tablespoons and like 5 chips or whatever, and I'm already full because one, I added a lot of yeast, and yeast expands. So I probably need to wait a few hours before I start eating something again, because I'm already feeling full from that, and it was really good. But I really want some guacamole. But I can eat a whole lot, and 1, my sugars be fine. 2, sometimes my sugars are too low. 3, I eat a lot of the stuff that I want to eat when I want to eat it without having to worry about my sugars. And it's just nice to be able to eat again. Like, not that I wasn't eating, but it was like I was afraid, like, if I eat this at this point, or if I eat this at this point. When you're eating meat and stuff, meat is okay to eat, and I can eat meat all day, but it's the stuff that goes with it. So like the sides and everything, you know, having like macaroni and cheese or something like that. I rather do like queso and it fill me up, and it's like a whole bunch of it, and it's gonna last me for like 4 or 5 days before it goes bad. I don't know. I like it. I do the holy guacamole. And this one, ingredients: avocados, vinegar, water, jalapeno peppers, salt, dehydrated onion, and granulated garlic. So this is vegan also. So what I like about this one, and I think that's all I have to say. I don't think there's anything else that y'all need to know. I really want a soda, but I need to stop on sodas. I'm gonna sit in my room, and I get to watch either Eamon and Beck or Aspen and Parker. I've been watching both of those. Eamon and Beck, they've been posting a lot more, and I don't want to get too far behind. And Aspen and Parker, I watch them all the time, so I wanted something different to watch. So now I'm watching that. Okay.